Now, I'm really picky when it comes to video games on any platform, PC, console, and VR. There are actually really few games I really liked and appreciated, but I never knew I could use this to help you guys choose the right game and show you if this game is good for you or not, everything good and everything bad with. So today, Wednesday, I will tell you everything wrong with Swarm. So first off, what is Swarm? The objective is to basically shoot off the robots that are coming after you and try to survive for as long as possible in this arcade-ish style bubble arena kind of thing. There is a story to it. I didn't really follow it, but basically, yeah, it's not really important anyway. So let's just move on to the gameplay. The gameplay is basically you swing around on these platforms as you shoot robots that fly around all over the place. That's basically what it is, a Spider-Man with guns. Swarm is a fast-paced, arcade-style grapple shooter with quick sessions, bright colorful worlds, and globally competitive leaderboards that will take you back to the glory days of arcade games. I'm gonna be rating this game at the end of the video with my diamond score, so make sure you guys stick around for that part. But first, what is wrong with it? Well, for one, swinging isn't as fast like you would think like with Spider-Man. So let me explain this a little bit more. When you swing around, you constantly find yourself kind of like stuck in the middle of the air where you have to wait for gravity just to pull you back down. And so yes, you're consistently moving back and forth and always in movement, but there's many times where you just like get stuck in the air.
So first we're going to need to crawl, but in Swarm's case, that means swing. Here we're showing off the importance of grapple control. Our resident Swarm expert, IHI, has spawned in multiple warhead enemies and is able to remain safe with his expert swinging skills. A single grapple and tug, followed by a secondary pull, can keep you moving in a circular pattern. This is ideal and makes you a much harder target to hit. You want to avoid swinging in a straight line, or pulling yourself up straight in the air and killing enemies while you descend. These maneuvers will make you an easy target, and while it might work on casual and normal modes, it's an easy way to get picked off when you're playing on extreme.
Which is actually something I just noticed right now I messed up on. So yeah, I guess I never considered that there's a certain pattern that if you follow, it'll make you consistently move and swing over and not let yourself be a hard target. So I kind of messed up on that. I take back what I said, but you do have to practice it though. But it kind of leads me on to the next problem I have with this game, which is the map is too small, in my opinion. If the map was bigger, just imagine how much more like platforms there would be for you to swing on, and imagine it actually being like a small little city. So you can grapple onto buildings instead of little platforms. And so you'd be going from one building to another, and you know, you're never gonna stop swinging back and forth. I think that will make it a lot better. And especially one problem I have with this, it's fine. Like the length, let's say, is fine. But I don't really like how short this thing is. Basically, you only have like 3 levels of platforms, but you always find yourself swinging up to the top and having nothing to grapple onto except everything below you, which slows down the game, like I said earlier. So I wish the map was slightly bigger, also because it's really chaotic and there's like a bunch of things all in the middle and you can't really see what's going on. But yeah, I wish it was slightly bigger and slightly taller too, with maybe even other stuff to grapple onto, not just little platforms, maybe like actual buildings and stuff like that. Now, when you're like up in the air, and you have to keep moving to dodge bullets because, you know, you're up in the air, you're kind of stuck there for like a couple seconds, maybe like 1 or 2 seconds, but then you have to zip your way out of it. Yeah, that's actually a really cool feature. I'm happy they put that in. It's pretty cool. But I also have a problem with it. The zipping mechanic isn't that well. They could have done a lot better with it, in my opinion. When you zip to something, I feel like you should like instantly like speed through it, if you know what I mean. Like you shouldn't like kind of slowly, you shouldn't like be able to zip a little bit and then slow down right when you get to it. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me. I feel like you should literally it should literally be how it you know what the word is, zip, like a zip line. So as if like you quickly throw a zip line and then you zip to it.
Wow.
Instead of it being like this kind of thing where you just kind of pull yourself towards it. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense in my opinion. It's kind of hard to explain this. You only know if you played the game. So if you guys have played this game, then make sure you guys write down in the comments what you guys think about this. But at least it helps with keeping that speed and keeping that movement to dodge bullets and to destroy the enemies from pretty far distance, actually. Okay, honestly, they really gotta explain this pumping thing because I don't understand it. And yeah, it looks kind of weird. Now here's another thing I wish they would have more, is just a little bit more variety in the game. I like how every map has a different object that is in the way, like these lava things that shoot out, and then the big bell in the desert thing. That's pretty cool. But I'm talking more about variety with the guns and with more things that you can do. So yeah, you can do slow motion and zip, but I feel like they should add a couple little things here and there. I don't really have anything in mind. I just thought it'd be cool to add just a little bit more things as you progress in the game. The game is kind of short for $25. You get through the levels pretty easily. That's why I suggest you guys putting this in extreme difficulty. But enough with everything that's wrong with it. Let's talk about the good stuff, the pros. Now, there are definitely many pros. There's actually more pros than cons. It's a really good game, so I'm not gonna lie. And I know I probably got lots of hate from everything I said earlier, but let's talk about the good stuff now. Number one pro, which I think many people can notice right off the bat, is the graphics. The graphics are just amazing. They look really nice, and yeah, they're just made really well, which leads me to the next one, which is it's comfortable to play because it's really easy on the eyes. Apparently you don't get motion sick. I don't get motion sick in general for any game, but I heard that you don't get motion sick with this game. That's good. And I think it has to do with the good graphics and it's really well polished, if you know what I mean. And also the controls are just really comfortable and really intuitive, actually. I like the progressive learning, so you can always get better, and there's, you can always find a better way to swing around and to shoot the enemies and to get better at that. I think that's an important thing in any video game. Now, in contrast of what I said earlier, I like how you progressively get new guns and new enemies. And so yeah, that's a pro, but it's also a con because there's not enough of that, but at least they have it. The shooting feels really nice. You don't have to like precisely shoot at the person, which is, I like that a lot. I don't like having to precisely, especially when you're swinging around, you have no idea what's going on. I just want to kind of like look and just start shooting. A lot of times I find myself just doing like this from behind my back and just start shooting randomly, and I hit them a lot of times, so that's pretty cool and it's pretty fun. And finally, yes, it's a really good workout. Now, before I tell you it's worth it or not, if you want me to do more game reviews like this one right here, make sure you guys tell me down below in the comments. I want to see if you guys want more of this kind of stuff. And also subscribe so you can be notified for everything wrong with Floor Plan 2, which I'm thinking about doing, but only if you guys tell me if you want to see that video. So make sure you go write that down in the comments. Is it worth $25? Short answer, no. I suggest you guys buy the best VR games that are around this price tag, like Beat Saber, Boneworks, Half-Life Alyx, even though it's like a lot more, but still, that kind of stuff. But if for some reason Population 1 is not your cup of tea because you don't like Battle Royale and you don't like everything else I listed before, and you like arcade style shooting, grappling, swinging, and that kind of stuff, then yeah, this game is for you, and it is worth it, definitely. Because for that kind of person, it's a really good game. But I can also relate to the new Quest 2 users out there who are mostly kids. And $25 can be a lot for this game, especially after they just spent like $300 for the VR itself. But look, something I kept from you guys right at the end, unless you already knew this, just remember that you guys can always refund this game, or any VR Oculus game for that matter, if you have less than 2 hours of gameplay and before the first 14 days, which actually I'm going to do with Floor Plan 2. Why? Well, you're only going to see that in the next video, probably next week or the week after that. That's why you want to subscribe to this channel right here. And as I'm doing the outro, I'm going to give this a solid 7 out of 10 diamonds. After all of that, yeah, I think 7 is a good rating. Tell me what you guys think down below in the comments, but other than that, bye.